Hello my dear kids. Today we are going to learn a new poem, that is our second chapter. The title of the chapter is The Squirrel, written by Mildred Bowers Armstrong. So without any further delay, let's begin with the poem, The Squirrel. As the title suggests, in the poem we are going to talk about squirrels. It is a very lovely and beautiful animal. It has a bushy tail and these are very fun-loving, playful and high-spirited animals. They keep on running here and there, isn't it? So, in this short and beautiful poem also, we get a description of squirrel by the poet from the point of view of a child. Just as a child sees the squirrel, the poet writes or describes the squirrel in the same manner. Let's start with the first line. He wore a question mark for tail. Here, he refers to the squirrel. So, what does the poet say? The poet say that the tail of the squirrel is like a question mark. If you notice the picture of the side of the poem, we find that the tail of the squirrel is twisted in the form of a question mark. Have you seen that? Okay. Yes, the squirrel's tail is like a question mark. Let's move on to the second line. An overcoat of grey. Here, the body of the squirrel is compared to an overcoat. Just as in winter season, we wear overcoat. In the same way, the poet says that the body of the squirrel is covered with fur, which is greyish in color. So the squirrel wears a kind of an overcoat. Third line, he sat up straight to eat a nut. We know that the squirrel loves to eat nuts, isn't it? But you need to notice one thing here, that is, whenever we see a squirrel, we find it bending and moving here and there, isn't it? But when a squirrel eats a nut, it maintains a particular posture or position, that is, he sits up straight. He sits up straight. This shows that how minutely the poet has observed the squirrel. So, the poet was very minute in his observation about the squirrel. Fourth line, he liked to tease and play. So, here the poet says the squirrel loves to tease and play because squirrels are generally playful, jolly, and they are fun-loving kind of creatures. So, they like to tease and play. And if he ran around his tree, he went the other way. In the last two lines, we find a kind of human intervention because of the pronoun used, we. Here, we refers to the poet and his friends. So, what does the poet say? The poet say that the poet along with his friends, whenever they run behind the squirrel to play or catch it, it runs away. Children, recite and enjoy the poem by yourself. Okay, thank you.